Well, guys, the time has come. I'm unveiling myself. I'm exposing myself to you guys. Not physically, of course. Don't have to worry about that. This is still a child-friendly platform. Um, I'm really just going to be talking about how much money I and other crypto content creators make on YouTube. Now, as you already know, there are a bunch of people on YouTube that make money doing whatever they do in their own niche, right? There are vloggers, gamers, people who make videos about cars, a whole bunch of different ways that you can make videos on YouTube. But the difference between those niches and the crypto niche is that they don't pay quite as much. As far as I'm concerned, the average amount of money that these other YouTubers make on their videos depends on how much advertisers are willing to pay to appear on videos like that. To appear to that audience that are watching those videos. So, on average, from what I understand, it's right around $2 to $4 in terms of cost per meal, which essentially just means how much money they're getting paid per 1,000 views. $2 to $4 is right around the average for YouTube as far as I'm concerned, while the crypto niche is a lot higher than that. And that's what we're actually going to get into now. We're going to jump into the analytics on the YouTube dashboard, and I'll kind of give you a rundown of what that all looks like. All right, guys, we are at my battle station. And as you can essentially see, this is the screen that I look at pretty much almost every morning or so, just to kind of get caught up on how my latest video is doing and how many, subscribers and all that stuff that I have. So in all reality, the subscriber count I love, obviously, to see, right? No one who doesn't like to see people essentially signing up to get notified when your video comes out, right? But what I'm really looking at here are the views, the click-through rate, and the average view duration. Now, something to keep in mind is that all this stuff is very important, not only the views in terms of how much you're going to end up getting paid on YouTube at the end of the day. I'm not going to go into crazy detail because I know if you're into crypto, you probably don't give a shit about how YouTube analytics work. But the point is that impressions and click-through rate, this is really important because this is telling YouTube how many people actually care to click on your video. So the higher this is, the more chances is that YouTube's gonna be like, okay, 1 out of 10 people are clicking on this video. We're gonna recommend it to even more people. So they're essentially just they're making sure that your video shows up near the top when people are searching, and they may even recommend it to people who aren't even searching it in the first place, which is gonna add to the amount of views that you get at the end of the day. And the other thing is the average view duration. This is another very, very important thing. This is kind of what prevents clickbait. Like I'm sure you guys have seen a whole bunch of different, especially crypto YouTubers, come out with crazy thumbnails where it's like their mouths are wide open like this, or they have like a imminent crash coming, or 100x gains in this potential coin. Whole bunch of different clickbait in crypto. And chances are, when you click on that video and you don't get what you expect to get after seeing that thumbnail, then you leave, right? That's going to have a negative impact on this view duration, and in short, is going to tell YouTube, all right, whatever this guy, whatever this video is promoting on their thumbnail or whatever, they're clearly not delivering it to the user because they're not staying to watch it. So the longer this average view duration is, the better chance that YouTube's gonna be like, yo, this guy's doing some good shit because people are staying and watching the video. Let's recommend this to more people. So this video is doing actually pretty good for me right now. If we take a look, we can actually look even deeper in this video and we'll see. So let's go to the analytics. Bam. All right, so as you can clearly tell, and we'll actually move this over a little bit so we can get a little more, kind of cut my head out there a little bit. So you can see this is how this video is doing and how my videos typically do. And it's specifically because I'm making it about a specific coin, a specific topic. So it's no surprise that people are going to click on it because they want to get some information, right? They want to get some sort of information that I am providing to them. Now, obviously, you'll see how much money I made from this video already. It's like 59 cents. We'll go ahead and explain that in a little bit. But the main point here is that if we take a look at I think it should be reach over here is where it's at. We have 2,600 impressions at about 7% click-through rate. And you'll see that because the click-through rate is so high, well, I almost forgot to show you. And because the average view duration is so high, and I know this may not look good to people who aren't, if you aren't a content creator, but this is really good. Like, the fact that 30% of people who watched this watched all the way through is amazing. Thank you, by the way, if you did watch all the way through. I mean, that's nuts. But if we take a look back at the reach, you'll see that 18% of the impressions that people saw actually came from YouTube recommending the content. So this is very important. This is why, the way you market your video, in a sense, is really important because that's going to tell YouTube. That's pretty much going to say if YouTube's going to recommend it or not. Pretty much. And that's why I try to never do clickbait thumbnails because I find that they never really work at the end of the day. Yeah, it gets people to click, but chances are, will it get people to stay? Not really. That's to mention, I don't want to have my mouth open like this. in every video. So now that we know that, let's take a look at the. I'm not going to look at this revenue yet. We're going to look actually at my channel revenue because that's going to be more important. So we're going to move on to my channel analytics now, and where we're going to want to go is actually the revenue tab. So if we click on the revenue tab, this is where all the magic happens essentially. Now, obviously, you can see my estimated revenue currently is about 28 days. Last 28 days, I mean, has been $199. Now it's funny when I first started getting paid, I saw this number going up and down. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? Like, are they taking money from me? It's only because it only calculates the last 28 days automatically. So it's like taking out the day from 29 days ago and adding on the current day. So if you didn't make more money than you did that 29th day, then it's gonna go down technically. I don't know, kind of dumb, but let's take a look and let's kind of extend it out. So something to be clear here is that I only started making money on these crypto videos back in March 4th, looks like, March 5th. And as you can see, I'm like well on my way in terms of just raking in the dough, right? So it's been about almost 2 months that I've been making some sort of money off YouTube. And as you can see, it's not that much. But for a channel my size, I only have 2,600 subscribers. And I think about 120,000 views, maybe 30,000 views at this point. It's a lot of money. You can see $348 per revenue. And the fact that I'm making just a couple of bucks per day, some days you can see it spiked up a lot, like $21 here, $18 here. I think that maybe these days is when I had live streams and people donated. Although I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not exactly sure why it popped up so much. But something I want you to keep in mind is not really the RPM, it's the CPM. And this is going to be where we're able to calculate how much other people are making. So as you already know, again, I make videos about crypto. And I mentioned earlier that the average CPM for your average YouTuber on the platform is right around $2 to $4. Well, as you can see, mine is about $13. So you can tell it's quite a lot of money. And as you can see, it fluctuates a lot. So when I first started making it, it was going up in price. It was like $9, $10, $11. It was even hovering around $15 or $17 at some point. $19 over here in April. So as you can obviously tell, again, this is how much money I'm getting per 1,000 views, or how much I'm supposed to get per 1,000 views, right? So it fluctuates quite a bit, and as far as I'm concerned, it really just depends on the demand of wanting to appear in front of an audience that wants to see crypto videos. You know, for companies, right? These companies pay for advertisements, and that's why when you watch my videos, you'll see advertisements on them because your boy wants to make a little bit of dough. No, not gonna lie to you. Who doesn't, right? But this is just kind of just to be transparent. That's kind of how people are paid on YouTube for advertisements, right? So because we know this, the average playback-based CPM, cost per 1,000 views, because we know it's $13.54 currently, obviously it's going to fluctuate. You would say, okay, then per 1,000 views, I should get $13. Not exactly. So let's take a look back. And we're going to want to keep this in mind, all right? The fact that how much I made per day. The last couple of days, let's just take April 19th till now. $8 on April 19th, and it's been kind of going down a little bit ever since then. So $8 all the way down to $6, $5, whatever. Let's see how many views I got in those days to see if I really did get those 1,000 views or not. Because obviously, in that case, I probably should be getting about half of 1,000 views, right? Well, if we take a look at the, let me see here we go, April 19th. Okay, April 19th, here we go. April 19th, I got 1,500 views. So technically, I should have gotten paid about what, $13 and a half. So right around right around $20. But obviously, I only got paid about like $6. So what is that telling you? Well, what that should tell you is that, as far as I'm concerned, this is my theory, that obviously a lot of people have ad block on. And I think that's what it is. At least as far as I'm concerned, that's what I think it is. Because obviously if you have ad block on, you're not going to see the ad. So in short, I'm not going to get paid because that ad was never shown. Now, this isn't me complaining and telling you guys to turn on your ads or turn off your ad blocks. That'd be nice, but I really don't expect you to do that, especially if you're using Brave browser. But just to show you that just because you get a lot of views doesn't mean that you're getting paid for each one of those views. I mean, I think a lot of people know that already, but you can see it's quite a big difference. I mean, April 20th, for example, 1,700 views. I technically should have gotten over $20 on that day. And if you take a look back here, April 20th, I only got $9. So, I probably get paid less than half of what the actual CPM is, as far as I'm concerned. So imagine other YouTubers. That sucks. But then again, I would almost imagine that most crypto-based YouTubers, a lot of their audience has probably Brave browsers, so maybe that's why. You know what I mean? It's really interesting how you can kind of see how much money each type of content creator makes based on their audience. which is nuts. And again, I do want to kind of thank you guys for even allowing me to make this much money on YouTube, which is dope. Really cool. So because we know all this stuff, let's get into the meat and potatoes. And by the way, let me make it clear. This is how much money I've made off YouTube so far. $348. I only started in March. And the cool thing about this is that I make money off my previous videos. So you can even see, if we take a look down here, that my highest paying video right now is Mirror Protocol. $46. Polygon was $25. Zedrun, $23. This video I made months ago. No one looked at it when it first came out. And now, just because Zedrun just started becoming popular, I'm making a bunch of money off it, which is nuts. It's so interesting. This video, I had no idea would do this good. I literally just threw on the camera and talked about some dumb tweet that the New York Attorney General tweeted out. And who knew that it'd make quite a bit of money. But now that we know that, now that we know how much essential money that I'm making essentially from YouTube, and how much money can be made based off the 1,000 view mark, let's take a look at other channels. And we can do that actually by looking at my audience here. And actually, this is going to be for you guys. And we're going to take a look at other channels with other channels that you guys watch, essentially. Now, Coin Bureau is the top one. We have JRNY Crypto, Cryptos R Us, Sheldon Evans, Lark Davis. We're going to, as you saw in the thumbnail probably at this point, we're actually going to take a look at Coin Bureau. I'm definitely a fan of how he presents himself in his videos and how he delivers his information. So we're definitely going to take a look at Coin Bureau. And the other person I want to take a look at is... He's not even here? Okay, so you guys don't watch BitBoy Crypto, apparently. We're going to take a look at BitBoy Crypto's channel as well, because he's the biggest crypto content creator by far on the platform. But he's actually not that far away from Coin Bureau. I think he only has over 100,000 views more. And now you might be asking yourself, Hunter, how can we assume how much money they're making if we don't know, like what their backend looks like, right? Well, we can actually take a look at something else, and that's going to be called Social Blade. Now, obviously, I know all of you guys are probably familiar with Social Blade. This is essentially a platform, or a website really, actually, that you can just take a look and see how much any content creator is making, whether it be Twitter, actually, can you see how much Twitter people make? I don't know, but mainly YouTube, let's just say. So what we're going to do here is we're going to compare these analytics, these results, to my results in terms of estimated earnings, and based off the results that we get, we're going to see if we can apply that to BitBoy Crypto and Coin Bureau. So as you can tell here, let's take Tuesday. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't even realize I get so many subs on Tuesday. It's probably just bots. I'm not saying there were, but let's take a look at April 25th and April 26th. Okay, it says I made around either 48 cents or $8 on the 25th, and about on the 26th from 20 cents to $3. Now, mind you, for the most part, websites like these are very inaccurate, because you can tell. Look at how big the range of money that I could have made was, right? And to me, this is probably because of that whole ad block situation, where these guys can only really calculate it based off the views. So let's take a look at the 25th. So on the 25th, it's saying I made anywhere from 48 cents to $8. So if we take a look at the revenue again, let's go back to the 25th. Where's 25th? 25th, I made $5.90. Here it's saying I made anywhere from 48 cents to $8. So that's like right in the middle. Then Monday, the day after, it's saying I made 20 cents to $3. So if we take a look at Monday, I made actually more than Thursday, $6. So you can tell, and obviously that's double what they estimated. So you can tell it's a little bit, they're a little bit off, obviously. But what we can assume based off these numbers is that I'm most likely making either in between or more than the estimated earnings here. And I want to be clear here. This is kind of because we're in that crypto niche, because the CPM is so high. That's what they're basing this off of, as far as I'm concerned. So because we know that, we can actually go ahead and take a look at these guys' channels and make that same assumption. It has come to my attention that Coin Bureau actually does not run ads on his YouTube channel. I was actually taking a look, and someone in the comments mentioned that they didn't think he ran them. I actually wasn't even aware of this, since I have YouTube Premium. So I just thought, why wouldn't this guy run ads if he's making so much money from it potentially? But I did want to point that out, since he even posted here on Twitter a while ago and mentioned that this is why he doesn't run ads on his channel, because that there are so many crypto scams that currently exist, as you guys know, like the giveaway scams that exist. But all the information you're about to see in terms of me looking at a Social Blade and pointing out all the numbers and statistics, that's the amount of money that he would have made if he would have put ads on his YouTube channel, as far as I'm concerned. So just to be clear, he does not currently run ads on his YouTube channel. And listen, man, in my opinion, he's kind of nuts for it. But you know what? his integrity levels are out of the roof for this one. So just wanted to make that clear. By the way, shouts out to MK in the comments for letting me know. So let's take a look at Coin Bureau because he has a little bit less subscribers than BitBoy Crypto does. So just taking a look, obviously you can see they're raking in a lot more subs than I am, teardrop, and a lot more views. I mean, it's pretty nuts. This guy's getting in about 250,000 to 500,000 views a day. It looks like over here. So based off the estimated earnings, they're saying that let's take the 25th again. They're saying that he's earning anywhere from $100 to $1,700 over here. So because of this, we need to take into consideration, right? Let's go ahead and assume the worst. Let's say they're making half of the estimated earnings because that's what we saw in one of my videos, right? Let's just say that. In this case, on this day, he's making right around, what is that? That's about math, $850 on the 25th. So you can probably assume that he's making, and because again, sometimes they might be making actually even more than this. We can assume he's making $1,000 a day. If that's the case, that's about $30K a month, and a year. That's right around over. Jesus Christ, that's right around $360,000 a year. At this current hype, that's a lot of money, bro. And especially now because something to keep in mind is that like these guys just started popping off, like literally not even in 2020 were they doing this good, right? He only had about was it back in October last year, 700,000 video views. Cut to now, this guy has over 7 million video views. So again, the crypto space really popped off, bro. And even in terms of subscribers, and even looking at the subs, like how many he's getting monthly, he was gaining right around like about 10,000 per month as we were kind of closing off the year. And now, I mean, shit, even in February, he gained over 172,000 subs in a month. And listen, I'm no different in terms of that gain, right? I mean, like I only started making videos in July or June, I think of it was last year. You really can't see anything here because the numbers are so small. But you can see I got a lot more subs since then. And actually, every month I've been gaining more and more, which I didn't even realize. And obviously, again, I have all that to I can attribute that all to the people who watch me on YouTube. Thank you to you guys. Thank you. So because of that, again, we can assume that Coin Bureau makes about $360,000 a year based off this ad revenue. Now, keep in mind, this isn't static. It's not like YouTube saying, all right, we're paying you $30K a year. Obviously, right? This just depends on how much demand there is to watch videos like his, right? And you can tell already that a lot of people are watching them. I mean, the graph is literally only going up. Although it is slowing down a little bit here, it's really only going up. So you can probably assume that this content that he's making, and mind you, his content's different than BitBoy's. His content that he's making, for the most part, is what we call evergreen content on YouTube. So looking at his channel, we can kind of tell that he posts roughly around every day. Looks like maybe he skips a day once in a while, but he probably has a team of people that helps him out and helps him make this content. Now, mind you, his content's pretty long, so I wouldn't be surprised if he had ads in the middle of his videos that also help him kind of make that money. Personally, I rarely do that. I rarely put mid-rolls in my videos unless they're very, very long. I think I only put it in like the Hex video and something else because that was like 36 minutes. But the point here is that he makes evergreen content. So as you can see, there's content here that are just like explainers. What's Clayton? What's Cosmos? Thorchain. Let's take a look at another one that he has. Theta. KuCoin step by step. These are videos that will do good any time of the year. So in terms of his channel, he does it very strategically in the manner that it's like, okay, I'm going to make content that works for today. So for example, maybe something like this, where they're talking about Ripple and the SEC case. And then of course, he's making evergreen content that will last for however long people are searching the topic. For example, KuCoin, step-by-step guide. People are going to be looking that up for a long time because KuCoin's going to be around probably for a long time, right? It's not something that's only relevant for today. That's why, to me, I think he has the smartest crypto channel because his will probably last, like the money that he's making is going to last a lot longer than, for example, someone like BitBoy. And we're going to get into BitBoy now. So we're going to go into his page as well, kind of comparing the content in a second, but let's just take a look at his social blade. We can kind of compare the two. So already taking a look at BitBoy, let's take a look at the, in terms of subscribers, he's actually getting, I think BitBoy's getting less subscribers at this point than Coin Bureau, which is nuts because BitBoy was shooting up a lot faster. So Coin Bureau is averaging around 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers per month. BitBoy is averaging around 4 to 5 5,000 subscribers per month. So at this point, Coin Bureau is actually growing a little bit more than BitBoy in terms of his community, right, his following. However, BitBoy is definitely beating him out in terms of views. BitBoy is probably averaging right around 500,000 per day, and it's kind of obvious when we take a look at the actual YouTube page. We'll see why. What does that mean, right? We don't get paid based off how many people subscribe to us. We get paid based on how many people watch. So it's quite obvious that BitBoy makes a lot more money. Now you can see here BitBoy is touching the $2,000 mark in almost every day of his videos. So because we assume that Coin Bureau is making about $1,000 a day, we can go ahead and assume. Let's assume that BitBoy is making roughly around $1,500 a day, right? Honestly, we could probably even safely assume he's making around $2,000. Let's say $1,500 a day, right? If you do the same kind of math, what's it called? Coin Bureau is making right around $30K a month. That means BitBoy is making $45,000 a month. Multiply that by 12. That's right around $450,000. That's right around $540,000 a year. So $500,000 a year is how much BitBoy is making just off YouTube ads alone. Remember, this doesn't include sponsorships or anything like that. So that's beautiful. Again, and this isn't me hating. I'm almost kind of like appreciating how much people are even able to make on this platform by producing content that people want to watch. But nonetheless, this guy's making probably right around $500,000 a month, $500,000 a year. Sorry. And you can tell that the video views are really there, bro. I mean, like this guy, even this guy had less. He actually had less subscribers than Coin Bureau did. But at the same time, like they started spiking up a lot sooner. He actually had more in 1 month than Coin Bureau as well in February. Even the video views, for example, have been just shooting up. I mean, he got 17 million video views in February. How much did Coin Bureau had? In February, Coin Bureau had about 6 million, and he's kind of going up from there. So something to keep in mind, and I think you guys will find very interesting, is that both of these guys are behemoths in just content creation for crypto, right? Both of them. BitBoy Crypto, especially because he makes a couple videos a day, whereas Coin Bureau makes about one a day. I want you to keep in mind when we talk about like the type of content and sustainability. So let's take a look at just the charts for a second, and then we'll look at the channels, because this is something so interesting that I kind of found out. You're taking a look at Coin Bureau, you'll see that his chart is essentially going up. Although it's slowed down a little bit over here, it's still going up. So you can tell that the video views that he's getting, we could assume that they're a lot more consistent, where they're consistently gaining over time. It's not like there's 1 month where it's like, oh shit. I mean, back then, for example, it's not like 1 month is like a huge drop in demand for his videos. It's just because the types of videos that he makes, there's stuff that people will be looking up no matter what, whether it's in a day that crypto is down or a day that crypto is up, right? They're informational videos that people just want to learn more about. So as long as there's new people coming into the space, which there probably always will be, then his videos will do good, right? He's kind of targeting that percentage of people that are either A, new to crypto, or B, already in crypto but want to know more about a specific coin or a topic, right? And then in terms of BitBoy Crypto, you'll see that his shit was a lot different. He wasn't getting as many views back then as Coin Bureau was, as far as I'm concerned. Like, this is a little bit lower, but this shit is a lot steeper. Like in terms of the curve of him getting more views, this is a lot more steeper than Coin Bureau's was. And although it was higher, probably 17 million in 1 month, and Coin Bureau was only 7 million in 1 month, his shit is already going down. Why? Because his content isn't stuff that you can watch like a week later or a day later, right? It's because his content doesn't last forever. Meanwhile, Coin Bureau's, again, he's targeting the new audience. BitBoy, technically, he is targeting a new audience of people, but it's not stuff that they can continuously go back to look at if they need more information, or stuff where new people can look at and be like, oh, look at this video, right? When you're looking up different videos on crypto, chances are you're gonna run into one of Coin Bureau's video. But if you're looking up like anything else, you're probably not gonna find BitBoy Crypto's videos, other than if it's like a day older, right? Like his old content doesn't hold up that well because he doesn't really make evergreen content that people will want to end up seeing later on, whether it's a tutorial or anything like that. So that's why I think Coin Bureau's growth is going to be a lot more sustainable than BitBoy's growth. And to me, that's why although BitBoy is making a lot more money now, I think Coin Bureau is going to be way better set off in the future because he's going to be raking in the dough without even having to do anything. Now let's take a look at BitBoy's YouTube channel. So as you can already tell just looking at his channel right away, you'll see that this guy posts a lot, dude. Look, he posts literally right around 4 videos in 1 day. And he kind of does that like almost religiously. He used to have his kind of motto was like 2 videos a day. He obviously changed that to just new videos daily because of how much he posts. And this is because he has a huge team of people. He's making obviously a lot of money off of it, so he probably just wants to capitalize on the views. Now, and again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just kind of pointing that out. But what you'll see is that a lot of his thumbnails, they're very compared to, if you're comparing it to Coin Bureau, you can tell that they're a lot more emotion invoking, right? They invoke an emotion in the viewer, person who's actually looking to see a video on it, which makes them want to click on it. AKA, it's a little bit more clickbaity than Coin Bureau's is. Bitcoin back from the dead. Bitcoin's worst dump. $80,000 Bitcoin in this day. Blockchain over Bitcoin. I think this is actually good. I haven't seen that, by the way, but I'm saying this doesn't look as clickbaity as the other ones. Become a Bitcoin millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like this stuff doesn't tend to last well over time. This is really what I'm really trying to say, right? I mean, we can even take a look at some of his most viewed videos. We can actually take a look at most popular. You can tell that his highest, I guess you could say, view video is this one about Cardano being a 100x moonshot from 2 months ago, 500,000 views, and that's again the highest one that he saw. You can see he has one where he says he lost 150K, which if that's true, then I mean I wouldn't call that really clickbait. But let's take a Coin Bureau, bro. Let's see how, and I haven't looked at his yet, by the way. This is me doing this live. To me, how much his highest looked video has gotten. Okay, so as you can see, top 5 picks for 2021. Although this is obviously a little more clickbaity, and so is this one. You can tell that 916,000 views. All right, he obviously has a lot more. His videos obviously provide a lot more value over time. And even looking back down here, 608,000, and even if you go down all the way here, a lot of these videos are kind of just tutorials or whatever, right? 5 best whatever, top 5 safest cryptos, top best crypto tips, I mean, and at the end of the day, you can clearly tell that not only are these step-by-step guides and how-to videos really good for content creators in terms of crypto, but sometimes the clickbait works, bro. Look at this, 2 hot altcoin picks, fire in the background with money signs, little rocket over here, and again, this isn't me kind of hating on one or another style, but it's just showing you what is more sustainable at the end of the day. So as you can tell, all this stuff, these guys obviously make quite a bit of money just based off their content alone, just based off the ad revenue they get off these videos. But mind you, this doesn't stop there, right? There are obviously a whole bunch of different ways to get paid as a crypto content creator. In terms of sponsorships, personally, I haven't gotten any sponsorships in terms of actual physical money yet. Only sponsorships I've got, number one, I think was actually this one where this company essentially sent me over some some merch, LCS merch. Actually sent me over some merch just to kind of, and told me to, hey, make a video and just include the merch in the video. And obviously just recently I had this video, Saito, where pretty much they went ahead and said, hey, make a video about us and we'll compensate you with whatever we think makes most sense. So not much of a sponsorship there, but just another way to kind of get some sort of money there. And obviously, again, when I make videos like that, at least when I do plan on making videos like that in the future, I'm obviously going to put the truth in front of the money, aka I'm not gonna lie or not say something that I think is important to you guys, for example, the viewers, about a project, if I think it's important. I wouldn't lie about anything like that just to get some money, So I wanted to be clear about that. But just in general, my whole plan in terms of YouTube and how I want to grow my channel in terms of just in content creation. I put my content in different places. YouTube is obviously currently the one that's doing the best for me. But you can tell that, whenever I make videos, I try to make it a little bit of both. I want to keep that personal aspect so at the end of the day, when people watch my videos, for the most part, I want them to watch it because it's me. Because at the end of the day, that's one thing that's not going to go away, myself. Whereas I'm also trying to make content that's, evergreen, that will last for a long time, right? We have the optimism video over here, that Hex video I made, the review. You have, hopefully this video does a little better. I really like this video. Didn't get that many views, unfortunately, but I hope this one does a little better. The Safe Moon one was kind of like a review. We do have another one called, we have Smart Key review. We have Polygon Explained. Different videos that essentially will go ahead and say, all right, this content is a staple in terms of me getting views every 60 minutes or so. I'll always be getting views on the XYZ video because people will always be searching it. And then obviously you have other videos that don't get any views to this day, like this one, for example, or maybe even this one, maybe even this one, for example. This one hasn't gotten views in 2 days, So stuff like that, where it's I'm kind of hitting both sides of the fence where I'm doing content that I like to do and live streaming at the same time, for example, shit like this, as well as just making content that new people will end up seeing me through, right? So best of both worlds as far as I'm concerned. Just want to make sure I'm making some sort of money at the end of the day and providing value, and also making videos that I like, and at the same time providing value in that sense. So as long as I'm providing value at the end of the day, that's my end goal. Money obviously is just good too, and I would lie, and I'd be lying to you if I told you that I wouldn't. I don't want to make money off this shit, because obviously I do. So that's why you'll see some of my videos have ads on them, mostly only in the beginning. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'm really just trying to make sure that there's only like an ad in the beginning and maybe some banners here or there. Not really like mid rolls, because no one really likes mid rolls. Like I'm more concerned with growing right now than the money, really. It's nice to see the money come in for sure, but I'm really more concerned with just growing as a content creator, and hopefully kind of just cementing myself in this community of this crypto information. Because obviously I don't know the most by any means, but I do know how to do research, and I do know that although I can be corrected in terms of some videos that I make, at the same time I can provide value to people who don't know quite as much. So with all that being said, let me know down in the comments below, how do you feel about crypto content creators and how they make their money? I'm sure you guys are gonna have a lot more to say about sponsorships and anything like that. So whatever it is, whether it's about the views, whether it's about the sponsorships, whether it's about pumping and dumping, let me know down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, so we can get a conversation going. All right. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good one. All right. Peace.